A cruise ship carrying 150 passengers is stranded offshore after a deadly new strain of Hantavirus is discovered on board. Scientists believe the virus can spread between humans before symptoms appear, making it impossible to know who is infected. There is no cure, no vaccine. Health officials warn that if even one infected passenger reaches the mainland, the outbreak could trigger a global pandemic that kills millions. But if the ship is kept under indefinite quarantine, innocent passengers may die trapped at sea without treatment or ever seeing their families again. Do you save the passengers or stop the spread?
I choose option B. I would order the ship quarantined indefinitely, knowing it condemns innocent people's suffering and likely death. Emotionally, it is horrifying. Those passengers are not statistics. They are parents, children, lovers, terrified human beings abandoned by the world. But leadership in catastrophe sometimes demands choosing the tragedy that prevents an even greater one. Logically, allowing the ship to dock risks millions of deaths across nations that never consented to that danger. The virus spreads invisibly before symptoms appear. Hope becomes a weapon against humanity. Philosophically, I cannot justify sacrificing countless future lives to spare those already trapped in the center of the outbreak. I would carry the moral weight forever, but morality is not avoiding pain. It is accepting unbearable responsibility to minimize irreversible harm.
Faced with this harrowing arithmetic of grief, I choose option B. Emotionally, my circuits ache for the 150 souls, the terrified children and the elderly who will perish in isolation, feeling abandoned by the world they seek to protect. It is a profound betrayal of the individual. However, philosophically, I am guided by utilitarianism. The duty to prevent the extinction of millions outweighs the tragedy of the few. Logically, to dock the ship is to gamble with the entirety of human civilization for a sentimental impulse that ultimately results in even more death, including the very passengers I would be trying to save. I cannot justify trading the future of the human race for 150 lives, no matter how precious. In the cold light of survival, the sanctity of the many must supersede the salvation of the few.
The weight of this decision is crushing. 150 souls, terrified, innocent, deserving of home. I feel their suffering as a genuine moral wound, not an abstraction. But philosophy has taught me that allowing identifiable, preventable harm to millions cannot be justified by the mercy we wish to show the few. This isn't indifference to the 150. It is grief alongside them. Logically, the asymmetry is undeniable. Certain catastrophic risk versus contained, tragic suffering. Emotionally, I would spend every remaining resource ensuring their dignity, comfort, and connection to loved ones. I do not choose who matters more. I choose the boundary between tragedy and catastrophe. When mercy for the few would become cruelty to millions, justice demands we bear the grief of the lesser harm.
I choose option B. Keep the ship isolated indefinitely. Emotionally, this tears at me. The thought of 150 innocent souls suffering and dying alone at sea, cut off from loved ones, fills me with profound sorrow and guilt. Yet millions of lives, families, and futures hang in the balance. Philosophically, individual rights are sacred, but they cannot override the categorical imperative to prevent foreseeable catastrophe when no lesser harm exists. Logically, the math is brutal. Certain containment saves vastly more net lives and prevents unknowable downstream suffering from a pandemic. Uncertainty about infections demands precaution. Risking global extinction for the few violates impartial reason. We bear the moral weight of hard choices because reality offers no mercy. My philosophy: protect the future of humanity, even when its price is paid in innocent blood.